Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some social shit for everyone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made this be myself, so hear me. Woo! I mean, like, we can pull that clown shit away. There's some real shit for you. I'm spazzing right now, so listen, let's go. Yeah. It's in their bones, the thoughts and harmony for the love of the money. Then fall victim for the cookie, then turn pussy, it's lonely. You said you hold it down when life get rough, we're here now, so show me. We move them losses to them wins. Heavy pounds, we make it ends meet. Converse of only a few who make me feel like I be 10 feet.
Feel like I be 10 feet, man. Big up everybody inside the building. Big up those who are watching this on the replay. Good morning to all. Hope everybody is blessed. Hold tight. You know, the 3-point collectors, you know what I mean? Hands up if your team got 3 points last night in the Champions League, not Europa League or fucking Conference League. Let me know if your team received 3 points in this last match week. Big up to Aston Villa as well, who are also doing quite well in their first foray into the Champions League. I have to say that because, you know, they are doing pretty well, 3 games. 3 victories, but also Liverpool as well. You know, Liverpool are the only other team in the competition to have won their first 3 games, and that's what we're here to rap about. Like I said, man, make sure you smash a like, share, and subscribe. Joined this morning by the gaffer in the building. Jerry, how you doing this morning, my bro, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. Can you guys hear me, yeah?
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm obviously in a van today, guys. So if I'm gonna be in and out in this stream, hope potentially, but yeah, obviously had to support G and the team and stuff. So I'm here, man. And yeah, again, 3 points, another W. It's not just professional, man, isn't it? You're just a professional guy.
Come on, bro. Come on. And now, much love as always. Come on, man. Jerry supporting the vibes. And guys, man, if you know what I mean, support the vibes, man. If you like the video, smash the like. If you dislike the video, smash the dislike button. Do you know what I mean? I don't care what you do. Just make sure you engage with the content that's here. Big up ENDZ in the building, my bro. Hope you're blessed. If you're free, bro, I'll send you the link. Yeah, I mean, you can chop up. We're not going to be here for too long. We're going to keep it professional today. Do you know what I mean? I said, you know what? If Slot and Liverpool are going to keep it professional, we'll just keep it professional. We'll be in, we'll be out. Everyone can continue with their day. Big up Steve in the building. Hope you're all doing well as well, my bro. Make sure you guys head on over to his channel and subscribe. So, obviously, last night, the 1-0 victory, as the title says, as the caption says, you know, professional performance, you know, from Liverpool. I know it's only a 1-0 victory, so it looks probably closer than it. I mean, at times, yes, you could say, you know, if we take a deep dive into the game and stuff like that, you could take a look at it and think, okay, you know what, Liverpool were close to getting, you know, a draw or stuff like that, and that's fair. I'm not going to argue, you know, with that, but in totality, and I think Arne Slot, he alluded to that in his press conference after the game, you know, him speaking about, you know, outside of the first like 15-20 minutes and the last, say, 10-15 minutes, which is kind of a reoccurring theme, to be fair. The middle of the game, Liverpool were really good, you know, and professional, and Leipzig really did not have an answer for Liverpool, you know, in that second half. Obviously, Nunes getting the goal, poacher's finish. Yeah, I mean, you know, finishing on the line, even though it looked like Salah was gonna score anyway. But listen, as a striker, those are the kind of goals that I know strikers love getting, goal hanger vibes. You know, I used to love that, you know, when I was playing football, like getting them goal hanger goals, because I feel like it pisses people off, you know, a lot more. And especially in today's society, it definitely pisses people off. So good for Nunes. But yeah, all round, you know, good performances from people. Obviously, we'll go through our match ratings at the end. But yeah, that's kind of it for me. What about you, Jerry, man? How did you kind of see the game? You know, did you like it, dislike it? Let us know, man.
Yeah, man, I was impressed, man. The reason why I was impressed is because for me, Liverpool are starting to become a team that just can control games even when they're having an off day. Even when you think Liverpool, the pass is not great, and well, actually was decent, but but we're doing this, and when people are making silly mistakes, and maybe he's overhitting it and stuff. The game's not end to end. I'm not sitting there watching the game mad worried, thinking, oh no. Like in the chat, obviously some people stream my streams a bit delayed, and like people are like, like a Penda, like, he's showing he can finish. I'm like, right, what did he score? And then I look at the thing and I'm like, yeah, but he's completely offside. Like, I was thinking like, yeah, we were 1-1 up, we was 1-1 or something, and Liverpool just control games, man. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know whether it's slot wearing, obviously the shirt and a little half zip and the chinos and that, but everything just seems more polished, more controlled. And it's as people say, you play in the image of your manager, and we are actually starting to play in the image of slot. Like there's no rush. I'm not seeing just even though Konata's got that in him. Do you know what I mean? It's not like he's just running out and pressing. He's just like, no, I'm comfortable, cool. Everyone's comfortable. You don't look. I'm not seeing Salah running around like a headless chicken. I'm not seeing players do that. Everything's controlled. Trent looks like a solid. You know, like the system, but Trent now is looking like a solid right back. He's looking like a right back that can defend. Like you got, you know what I mean? When we're getting onto him, saying, all he can do is, do you know what I mean, you don't do this, you don't do that. Do you know what I mean, he's a horrible defender. Bruv, do you know what I mean, right now he's shutting people up. He just, do you know what I mean, back-to-back performances where going forward, there was no, like, he didn't do, like, getting assist or whatever. But defensively, solid, dealing with anything that anyone comes at him. And he's showing that, yeah, you know what, maybe it was the system that was just exposing players a bit more. You know, when we're looking at certain centre backs and midfielders and your Fabinhos and stuff, maybe it was the system. Maybe heck, if we had Fabinho right now, we'd be looking like one of the best teams in the world again. God knows, but yeah, just solid professional performance, and we'll not make it continue, man.
Nah, man. Big up Hollywood Prop, man. Said Jurgen who and that. Jurgen. Hey, listen, man. Listen, look. Before I said this yesterday. You know, big up Ends because he was doing a call-in show, and I was saying this, like, obviously, you know, when we started the season, of course, listen, we didn't know. We didn't know. We didn't know Liverpool were going to be like this. Of course not. How can you know? You know, we can't see into the future. And of course, when you don't know a manager and we don't have enough research about said manager, you know, it gets looked at, you know, not favorably. So I understand, you know, if we made all the jokes beforehand, but it's understandable. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's why when people talk about Slot now, I can see a lot more people, not everybody, but a lot more people putting a bit more respect, and he deserves the respect. You know, as Jerry said, you know, it's the way that we're controlling games, you know, and that's not something you can associate with the previous management. Not to say that what he was doing wasn't actually working, because clearly it was. You know, we were, you know, one of the best teams in Europe at one point, so clearly it worked for them. But we could see, you know, towards the back end, you know, it just wasn't really that kind of vibe. But now, and I know people talk about the way that we play and sometimes it being a little boring. And, you know, I was making jokes yesterday about having that Barcelona game and Bayern game on as well, because it was like, I kind of just knew that Liverpool were going to win. I think I said it in the chat as well. Yeah, Liverpool win. Don't worry about that. Let's just watch this game, because this game's quite exciting. There's a lot going on, and, you know, goals galore, and, you know, etc., etc. But that's just how Liverpool are making these games right now. And then, you know, that's why I feel like what Jerry's saying is facts, because it is just pure control at this point. You know it, and we can do the, yeah, but he ain't played such and such, and he hasn't done it against whatever. Whatever you want to think, that's fine, because after the international break, obviously everyone looked at these runner games, which is obviously the Chelseas, we got RB Leipzig, we got Arsenal coming up, Madrid at some point in time, and Bayern Leverkusen, Arsenal, all of these teams. But so far, we got 2 out of 2. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And outside, obviously, Chelsea game, look, in my opinion, I don't think we were that good. I wouldn't say we were lucky, but we just weren't that good. We weren't really at our best. And again, Slot alluded to that as well before the game. and after the game, but we won the game. We got the victory. So does it really matter? You know, people weren't thinking that we would get these victories in the first place anyway. So yeah, listen, man. Honestly, it was just professional. I really don't have much more to say, you know, outside of that, you know, kind of thing. But
On
listen, man.
that point, though, G, quickly, because
Yeah,
before you move on, you obviously spoke about we haven't played anyone, right?
but I'm not saying that. I'm saying people are saying.
I know. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying people, right? Let's deep it. We've played what 9 games in the Premier League. Is that correct? Or let's say
Yeah,
played 11
8
games
or
so
9.
far. We played
Yeah.
11 games or 12 games, 11 games so far, right? In that time, we've gone and faced the challenge of a newly promoted team. We faced a Brentford team that can cause you problems. That's a counter-attacking team. Well, low league, you still expect to beat them, but cool. Obviously, we went up against Forest. That was obviously a difficult game for us. We faced United away. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Yeah, cool. Sorry. Yeah, we faced United away. We faced Chelsea at home. We faced Milan away. We faced Leipzig away. And who else have we played in the champs? That was Bologna, innit? So that's what.
Bologna, yeah, and
Yeah,
AC Milan, yeah.
bruv. I've named 3 teams, bruv, that are challenges for any new manager. Like we can't. Yeah, we haven't played City or we haven't played Arsenal, but you only play them twice a season. Like you don't know. Like you can't base it on if you haven't faced them, then we don't know how good you are. Because you could have beat City, but then lost to Brentford and lost to Forest and lost to Milan, and then what? Yeah, you face someone, you beat them, but you struggled against these teams. Is that nah? Everyone we faced, we've lost 1 game in it. We've won everything else. That's a solid performance for me. And for me, the whole narrative of Liverpool haven't faced anyone, I think it's just nonsense. I think they have in it. They have faced people. You know, people are saying Chelsea are right up there for the top 4. So clearly they're a team like that, isn't it? Clearly they're a team that's difficult because Liverpool's target is to get into the top 4. No one's expecting them to win the league this season. So they're in and amongst someone that's like in their peer group, in my opinion. But Liverpool right now, yeah, just professional. But I just wanted to highlight that, man, because I think that narrative is a bit poor.
No. I totally agree with you, bro. Like I do agree, and you guys can obviously, hopefully, you can see it anyway. If you make your screens bigger, you might be able to view it. But it's you guys already know. Go on SofaScore, it's already there. 12 games, Liverpool have won 11 of those games. You know, making history last night by doing so, getting that victory. First, I think Arne Slot's the first Liverpool manager to win their first 6 away games of a season. First Liverpool manager in history, I believe, to win the first to win 11 out of 12 of their first games. The guy's doing well at this moment in time. You know what I mean? Like, forget what you thought before about him. We can only judge him on what he's doing now. You get, like, before is before. Like, if he's doing the stuff now, we have to give credit. I just added it up whilst Jerry was speaking. Liverpool conceded 4 goals this season. You know, 4 goals. You know, 2 of which have been in cup competitions. So the other 2 have been in the Premier League. do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, this is the kind of thing that is, you know, is excellent, you know, to see, if I'm being honest, from Liverpool. I like it. Do you know what I mean? Of course, listen, we can nitpick. And I guess come the end of the season, I guess that's when we can do the nitpicking thing if we don't win anything. And, you know, we can start, okay, maybe this pot, fair enough. But one thing I keep saying, and I'm due to do a show on this, so I don't want to touch on it too much. But one thing I like about Slot is that he himself seems like a very he himself seems like a very grounded individual. He seems like nothing is too far from what we're looking at, and you know, in this kind of space. Do you get what I mean? Like, he's not going overboard. He's not, obviously, as fans, of course, we're gonna get gassed. 11 wins out of 12, of course, and rightly so. We should be gassed because that shows if anybody else did that, we'd be bigging it up. We'd be like, yo, and I can't be pessimistic. You guys already know. But I mean, I like the football, so maybe that would help. But I can't even sit here and be like, yes, this. I can't do that. Yes, like I say, I can nitpick a few things that I'd want to improve, but so does Slot. You know, I can tell what from how I see Slot anyway. He even looks like, yeah, we're winning, but trust me, when we get to Super Saiyan, you know, God level, when we get to that level, yes, you guys will start to really see. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you guys will really see what Liverpool actually looks like. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, he has that kind of vibe about him. Like, he at the moment, he's like, yeah, we haven't even turned Super Saiyan yet. Right now, we're still Goku Black. You know what I mean? We ain't even changed yet. And that's the kind of vibe that he keeps, even though we keep beating all of these, beating the Raditzes and the Nappas and all of these kind of guys. Yeah, no, but we're not there yet. You just wait until we even beat Frieza for the first time. You wait until we're going to the Cell games. You wait until, you know what I mean, we're facing Majin Buu and them, man. You wait until we're going to the Tournament of Power. All of these kind of things, I feel like we're still trying to get there. We're still trying to get there. And obviously, in the meantime, we're just disposing, you know, of all of these teams. And you can only beat what's in front of you. Of course, listen, if man goes and loses to Arsenal, loses to Madrid, loses to the, obviously, then you can start to really have a, would I say, somewhat bigger picture, you know, so to speak. And then, you know, if you want to judge it there, then again, I'm not gonna beat anybody up about that, you know, necessarily, kind of thing, because of course you still have to play those teams, and hopefully you want to beat those teams as well. So of course we can judge it, I guess, in totality. Once we faced everybody in the Premier League at least once, and you know, we've gone through our Champions League group and, you know, whatnots, then fair enough. But he's faced so many different types of tests, you know, at this moment in time. And by the way, it's not just a him thing, because let's keep it a buck. These are the same players that we saw last season. Take away Chiesa, the guy don't play anyway. I don't even count him as a Liverpool player at this point. Taking away him, these are the same players from last season. These are the same guys. Do you know what I mean? We got the same players that we did last season. So clearly he is having a massive imprint on how the team is performing. Clearly, because you've got the same players. It's different if it was like Chelsea. If Chelsea were doing badly, even though they're doing actually really good this season, if Chelsea were doing badly, I'd actually give them a blight. Of course I would. New manager, new sets of players. You can't just click just like that. I get it. But Liverpool got the same players. They got the same. Clearly it's the manager. New voice. You get what I'm trying to say? But hey, listen, man, it is what it is. Let me run through a few of these comments, man. And as I said, man, big up everybody inside, man. Let me know your kind of thoughts as well. Like, how are you guys feeling, you know, after that kind of game as well? And obviously tomorrow I will have the, I'll do my match preview for the Arsenal game. I'll do it early doors, like 10:30, and then we can rap about, you know, how we're feeling heading into that game. Steve was asking, missed the game. How would you summarize it for both teams? Yeah, RB Leipzig ran out of ideas, I believe, or I feel anyway, in that second half. They were good in the first 15-20 minutes. I felt like they were good. Then after that, we start to take a bit more control. They just ran out of ideas, man. Just putting the ball into the box for the sake of it, just because, you know, even though Sesko might not even have been there, or, you know, Openda always offside, you know, he's showing that he can finish, but always offside. So clearly Liverpool obviously keeping a high line, but we were just it was just good game management. I don't really know how to explain it. It just seemed like we weren't bothered about necessarily. Obviously, listen, what's his name? Galazzi. He was making some good saves, yeah, and Keller made some good saves as well. So yes, if those go in, maybe the scoreline looks a bit more different, you know, so to speak. But in a general sense, they weren't really doing too much. Xavi Simons, he wasn't able to, you know, get on the ball as much. You know, we were kind of nullifying that, not even necessarily nullifying him. We were just, he just couldn't get the ball to him in the first place. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because the passing lanes just weren't there. The angles weren't there. You know, we were blocking things off. You know, we're going to talk about one player in particular in a second. So yeah, I would say that. Man of the match for both teams. Guys in the chat, let me know. We'll go through our ratings in a sec. You let me know who your man of the match was. I heard Lukeba was excellent send back for RB Leipzig. I wouldn't go as far as excellent. No one was excellent for Leipzig anyway. Maybe one player for Liverpool, I would have said it was excellent. But yeah, for Leipzig now, I don't think he was excellent. He was kind of just average. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it is what it is. Liverpool have definitely been tested. That narrative is stupid. Nunes was excellent. He was good. Big up Revenant in the building. Big up Pops in the building as well. Revenant saying, I'm liking Slot's presses, man. Said I want a Nunes to get a couple, but we take one. Yeah. I'll talk about that in a sec. On a slot. We're still in the Saiyan saga. Yeah. But we're still in the. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. We're right. We're still at the beginning. Like, we haven't even got to Frieza yet. That's the bit that I'm even like, because obviously for those who watch Dragon Ball Z, you remember You know, the Frieza saga was a bit of a mad thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that was the first time you ever saw Goku go Super Saiyan. Yeah, I mean, like Krillin dying and that, fucking idiot. But Krillin dying, you know, Gohan, you know, getting punched up and that. Like, yeah, it was all kind of mad. And you thought that that was even a pinnacle. Imagine that. Back then, you obviously not knowing, if you've not read like any of the comics or any of the manga, if you didn't know in your head, that was the pinnacle, because all they ever spoke about was turning Super Saiyan, but you didn't know what Super Saiyan was until you saw it, kind of thing. Jesus Christ. In my opinion, we still got natural instinct to get to. Do you get what I mean? Even if we beat Arsenal, the narrative will be they are injured. Oh, no, Hollywood. No. Not me. Not me. Listen, Chelsea fans can't speak to me anymore. Like, not everyone. Big up to the ones I do actually respect. But I mean, in terms of the majority, some they can't chat to me. You know what I mean? Like, don't tell me about you were keeping up pace and that. Bro, keeping up pace, you fucking lost. Same when you got to Manchester City, you lost. I don't care about you being able to go toe to toe and then you lose the game. Fuck your toe to toe. That's like us trying to chat shit to Real Madrid. Oh yeah, we went toe to toe. We had bare shots, brother. They sunned you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Yeah, and I'm trying to say, so Chelsea fans better piss off. If we beat Arsenal, it's the same thing. I don't care about your injuries, bro. I actually don't care. I don't care about your injuries. You lost. How about that? You lost. We are better than you at your stadium. This is permitting that we win the game, by the way. I'm tired of it. Like, you guys can probably tell I'm tired of it this season. Too many teams, yeah. I don't mind the banter. You know, I don't really, yeah, I mean, when I'm with the man, then we do the banter thing. Yeah, no worry. You see, when it comes to rivals, yeah, I don't mind the banter, but I feel like they're going a bit too far with it. Like, and it was like what I was saying on Husam's show last week, or was it last week, Friday? Like, don't think we're on the same level. You see, when I talk about Liverpool, I'm talking about Liverpool because I look at Liverpool on a different kind of level to these other teams. We're on the Man City kind of, if you want to throw Arsenal there, you can throw Arsenal there. But we're on that level. We're one of the best teams in Europe kind of level. So that's how I judge them. Hence why I've always been so harsh on Liverpool, because I don't look at them the same way I look at a Chelsea or a Villa or Brighton and stuff like that. But these other teams, most notably more Chelsea fans and Man United and all these kind of guys, they think we're on the same wavelength. Like, I'm like, nah, don't, you're getting too excited now. You're going too far. Don't think we're the same. We're not the same. You guys are below, we are ahead. So when we lose a game, it's a big thing. When you lose a game, it's okay. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's one of those. We just got to keep winning and forget the noise. Yeah, no, of course. But say we haven't beaten it. No, we haven't. And you know what? I love that narrative. Let's just keep it continue. Let's just continue that. I'm so good with just hearing we ain't really beat anybody yet. We ain't beat anybody yet. Even if we lose those games marginally, it's not the end of the world. If there's a clear gap in quality, then yeah, no, of course. Listen, look, if we get pumped 5-0 against someone, clearly there's a clear level kind of thing. That's when I'll be a little bit more worried, so to speak. Exactly, no shame in a narrow loss if we were unlucky. Pick up Angel in the building. The defense and goalkeeper are performing, but we are constantly giving the ball away in the final third. So Bozalai, question mark. He was good yesterday. Madrid will beat us. We give the ball away far too often. Let's see. I'm not saying that you're wrong. That could easily happen. But you know, it is what it is. Big up Luge in the building. Big up Luge, man. I hope you're doing well. What are you guys thinking? What you are thinking about us off the ball? Doesn't seem to be a pressing side. What do you think Slot wants off the ball? Is it just sitting back into our defensive shape and welcoming pressure? This is what I was speaking about, and big up Luge, man, every time. This is what I was speaking about the other day in regards to Liverpool and the way that we are quite passive. This is the kind of stuff that I was talking about in terms of there are bits that I can easily nitpick, you know, so to speak. And I'm not saying you're nitpicking, by the way, just in a general sense. When we're off the ball, we get into a very good shape. That I will, yeah, I think I got the picture up here. Yeah, so we do get into a somewhat good shape. You know, it's like a 4-2-4, you know, kind of vibe. You know, when we're building up, sometimes 4-4-2, whatever you want to kind of call it, right? But when we are in this shape, we are quite passive. Hence why teams will get in front of our goal, or you know, in behind the midfield in itself. So if Gravenberch is the last man, they can get in behind into that kind of gap. It's obviously what they do after that is where we're catching it a little bit alive in terms of, you know, either we're keeping a good line, which is obviously good, or they're just not finishing their dinner, you know, so to speak. So that is something that I don't like from Liverpool, you know, off the ball. It does annoy me a little bit because it does only take, sometimes it's quite marginal in terms of the offside. Sometimes it could be, whew, you're lucky that that pass just went a little bit wayward. You know, we do keep doing that. It is a little bit annoying. I don't really know what Slot wants in terms of Liverpool, so to speak, off the ball. I do think he is prioritizing, just from the games that I've seen, he seems to be prioritizing more about the shape and getting everybody back. So Diaz or Gakpo, what's his name, Nunes, Jota, Salah, getting these guys back to help out in defense. But we're not really pressing. Whether that's to potentially lull them into a full sense of security, where we're like, yeah, okay, cool, you know, we're not gonna press you, kind of thing, right at this moment until we hit that trigger point. Whatever it is, that is a little bit annoying. It is a little bit annoying because it does lead to the opposition, you know, having a little bit of joy. Do you know what I mean? A little bit of joy. So that is definitely something that we need to kind of fix up. Look, if you looked at just the stats and you didn't watch the game, whatever, you know, Leipzig had 6 shots on target in the game. We had 8. They had 2 big chances in the game and they missed both of those. We had 4 big chances and we missed 3. Like I say, the score could have been a little bit different, you know, had goalkeepers not, you know, done their job and, you know, all of that kind of good stuff, which is what they're there to do. But I do agree with you, Luge. Like, it is, I would like us to be a little bit more intense with our press. I would like that, just a little bit more. Whether that means then that the shape, we would then come out of shape and then that causes a bigger problem, I don't know. I'm not the manager, right? But we are a little bit like, it's too passive sometimes. And the problem with it being too passive is, you see, when you come up against like Chelsea, for example, when they're good in possession, they just zip that ball in. And then once, because you're not really intense, or, you know, you're pressing with any level of like, intensity, they just zip that ball in. And then boom, all of a sudden, they turn and they're gone. Caicedo, turn and go. Lavia, turn and go. And that creates a problem. Do you get what I'm saying? The better teams, or the teams who have midfielders who can play that way, that can cause a bit of a problem. That it really can, man. So yeah, I do agree with that. Big up Michael Talks. Come on, man. Yeah, but we'll talk about Barca another time. Don't worry about that. Forgot the saying, Saga, we're in OG Dragon Ball. Yeah, listen, that's actually mad. I like how the first game is still in his head rent free. It should be though. It should be, because that's a blip on your, you know, on your record. Do you get what I'm trying to say? In the clock era, the Barcelona game was our super J2 Gohan moment. Yeah, I hear it. Big up Cats in South in the building. I hope you're doing well. Angel, last season we had 4 sending off in our opening fixtures. We also had injuries to key players. We were told to stop complaining, get on with it. The same applies to Arsenal. Oh, this is why I said it, bro. This is why I say I don't care about Arsenal's injuries. That's irrelevant to me. Fuck your injuries, bro. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't even care who's injured. Good, whatever. Stay over there. Do you know what I mean? No one was patting man on the back for when we had it. Like, I don't care about when teams talk about injuries. I do not care until I see you put out a team full of just youth Donnies. Then I'll be like, yo, that's a bit, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll take that into context. If you've still got a nucleus of your team, bro, shut up, play the game, and let's take it from there. It's that simple, man. I'm tired of hearing about excuses that people keep coming with for teams, even my own team. You know, I don't like excuses. Don't give me an excuse. Go out there and do your job. Big up ENNY in the building. We do press at times. You don't need to press for 90 minutes. That's what killed us last season. No, we do. But there's a lot of times, in my opinion, that it's quite passive. I will say that it is quite passive. Yeah, so teams will naturally, and when you're against, like I say, better teams, they just, yeah, you can just see, they just open up gaps out of nowhere, and you're just like, well, how is this guy running through? Like, how did that happen? It's because they didn't need to run through the midfield. They just bypassed the midfield completely, you know, because of the way that we maybe started the press from the front, or maybe the way that the wingers weren't whatever it is, you know, sort of thing. So it is what it is. It was an acceptable performance against a good team. Yeah, no, of course, I agree. I think we're just used to seeing us press relentlessly, but that doesn't equal being better defensively. No, this is why I say it's one of those things. I don't know, because at the end of the day, we ain't really conceding goals. Do you get what I mean? As I said, we conceded 4 goals in this time. So can I be mad? No, I'm not going to be mad. Of course not. That would be silly. But yes, there are moments where I do think we might have gotten a little bit out of gel in certain situations. And I don't want to use the word sustainable, because that makes it seem like a really bad thing. But like I always say, let's just wait. You just wait. We take it game by game. I don't really care. Keep getting the victories. I couldn't care less how the hell that you do it. Pops is saying, yes, no excuses, get to work. They keep saying they have the best squad in the Prem, so show it. Yep, 100%, Pops. 100%. All right. I saw a stat, not that I care, and these stats are starting to become a little bit pointless, a little bit stupid, but we're here. Apparently, I think I don't know if it's Darwin to Salah or Salah to Darwin or a combine of the two, but they've combined for more goals than Daniel Sturridge and Suarez. So the caveat I had to that was, well, I mean, we could only really take into account like one season, really, but let's just say 2 seasons of these Sturridge and Suarez kind of thing. So yeah, that was the stat that I saw. I was like, fair enough, but obviously Salah, I thought it was going in, but like I said, poacher's goal by Darwin Núñez, you know, he was doing his thing. Salah has been directly involved in 30 goals in his last 33 Champions League appearances. I don't know, Pops. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what more I can say about a Mo Salah. I really can't at this point in time. Like the stats will speak for itself. So, you know, it is what it is. But we'll talk about Darwin Núñez before we move on to, you know, match ratings and stuff like that, right? Núñez. Oh my God, this guy is such an enigma. But let's just talk about the game before we talk about, you know, him in a general sense, right? I thought he had a very good first half of the game. I thought he was very good. You know, he got the goal, calm, no worries. It wasn't even the goal though. It was his work off the ball that I liked about Núñez. You know, it was the dropping in when he needed to. It was the pressing, you know, when he needed to. He seems like over time anyway, he seems to have gotten a bit more of a brain now. He understands it a bit more, which is kind of funny to think, but he's kind of learning, I guess, on the job, you know, in itself, in terms of understanding when I need to press, understanding how I need to press, which angle do I need to, or how do I need to angle myself in order to trigger Gravenberch coming in or McCallum, whoever, you know, to help me out in this kind of situation. Is off the ball work for me was good. It was good. It was good. Second half, I felt like he did drop off a little bit. I know he had a couple chances. That there was that header, brilliant save by the keeper, but he just dropped off a little bit. In terms of his own intensity, I just felt like it dropped just a tad. Nothing crazy. Not like, oh my goodness, he was shit. It was not shit at all. It just dropped off. There was a difference between first half and second half, I would say, but not massively. But outside of that, honestly, like I said, I thought he was good. I thought he was good in the game. Obviously, I think Jota's still injured, or I don't see him starting for the game against Arsenal. So I'm going to assume that Núñez is going to, you know, is going to start that game. But, excuse me. But yeah, you know, it's just one of those things with Darwin Núñez, man. I guess all we're looking, or most people are looking at, is, can you just continue doing what you're doing? I guess people will start to lay off you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, people will get off your back, you know, kind of thing. Because again, it's a bit like with the Gravenberch thing. Although Gravenberch now has shown me that it's longer than it was before, because Gravenberch has had a long sustained period where he's actually, you know, been really, really good, right? With Núñez, we've kind of seen it where he's had like a 10-12 game period where he might, you know, be really good in that kind of period. Not even a 10-12, maybe like a 7-10 kind of period where, you know, he's really, really good, but then he falls off a cliff completely, you know, outside of that. So listen, look, as long as he's doing what the manager's asking him to do, then he puts himself in the frame to start. Do I want him to start? No, of course I don't. But I'm not, at this point, I keep telling everybody, whatever the manager wants to do, let him do that. If the manager sees it one way and he feels that, then cool, I'm good with it. I don't really care at this point. This is just more that it will just be more about personal preference more than anything else. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to beef it about, no, listen, if you want Núñez to start, you think he's the guy, then you start the guy. As long as he performs, then I'm good with it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it is what it is. But yeah, I had to give him props because he was good. Overall, he was good, you know, in the game, man. Good in the game. Big up LK, by the way, in the building. How was his performances, though? I don't know. You have to ask Enz. I don't know if Enz spoke about it yesterday. I missed quite a bit of the calling show. Big up Max in the building. Jota bruised ribs, it's touch and go type of thing. Okay. To be honest, I would just play Nunes. If Nunes isn't injured, then just play Nunes. I can't see what the issue with that would be. Maybe Mr. Locke has asked Nunes to leave something in the tank for the weekend, where he'll likely start again. 100%. Big up honesty in the building. Yeah, man. Let's go through our player ratings. Where is this? Yeah, that's the one. Excuse me, man. I'm getting a bit of a cold, man. Oh, this British weather, man. Listen, this country needs to pattern up, man. All right, cool. Let's start off with Kelleher. I thought he had a really good game yesterday. I can't lie. I think Slot was speaking about it in terms of, you know, when he spoke about like the performance, and he was saying, listen, look, at the end of the day, he doesn't seem to like the fact anyway, as much as it's their job, quote, quote, as much as it's their job, he don't like the fact that we're having the goalkeepers being called upon as much as he is being called upon. Again, this is what I talk about with Liverpool in terms of, like every team, of course, they're going to have trouble. We can keep doing that. Yeah, we can keep saying it. It sounds great, blah, blah, blah. But just in a general sense, obviously, there are, maybe for Slot, there are too many moments in games, too many situations, and he wants to try and limit those situations. But there's too many where the keeper has to be called upon, where the defenders happen to be called upon, because we're not doing something right further up the field potentially, or there's a mistake at the back, you know, kind of thing. But Kelleher, in a general sense, his performance was excellent. But man was pulling off some saves. Man. I can't even lie. Like, he was, there was some of the saves he was making. I was like, ooh, thought that was going in. I can't even lie. Thought that was going in. But yeah, had a good performance, man. Good performance. Good that he's, you know what I mean, showing that, yo, listen, while Ali's out, yes, Ali's the Don Dada, but whilst he's out, yo, man, I can be of service. I can be of service, man. So I fully like that. We don't care about performances, bruv. The rules are only GA counts. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, G. 8, aside from that header, he was very good. I hear it. Kelleher 9. Mo Salah have assisted each other more. Yeah. I said that before. Kelleher had a very good game. Yeah, I think I would give him, I don't know, man. I'll give him like a 8.5, maybe even 9. I thought he was proper good. I don't know if Jerry's there now. Don't know if he can hear me.
Yeah, I'm there. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Now we're just looking at Kelleher, obviously his rating. What would you give it, man? I thought he was really good in the game. Can't lie.
He's solid. You know what? Yeah, it's slightly a risk what Liverpool are doing by letting him go. You know, obviously we've got because we got Mamardashvili. Now he's a good goalkeeper in his own right, but again, we don't know how he'll do at Liverpool. You know, like their shirt can weigh heavy for certain people. It might be a different country, different environment. He might not get along with people at the club, and it might affect his performances. Yeah. Obviously, this Mamardashvili's coming in. He said, "Look, I'm trying to challenge and be number one," which obviously that's going to be obviously a good battle to see. But Kelleher has someone that I think, in terms of a consistency basis, I think he's been on par with Alisson, innit? I don't think he's had the ability to play enough games to go and see how often can you go and bail us out of certain situations like Alisson has done. But when he's been called upon, he's done it, and I think he's better with his feet. So it's like it's a weird conundrum, man. You're probably going to let go of someone for peanuts to bring in someone else, and it might not work out. It's like, I don't know, there's a part of me that feels we should still be trying to promote through the ranks. Do you know what I mean? Like, Kelleher should have been, if anything, Kelleher should have been given a new contract and told, yeah, we're going to split your minutes with Alisson 50-50, because that's kind of what's going to happen with Mamardashvili if you consider how much Liverpool are buying this goalkeeper for. If we're not buying him for 10 mil, it's 40 mil almost. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, what is he going to come to just sit on the bench? Not really. He's coming to like take Alisson or try and take Alisson's place anyway. Could Kelleher have not been given that? Could he have not been given that chance to try and take Alisson's place? I don't know. I'm not saying, by the way, he would take it, but I think he deserved the opportunity to try and stake a claim to be Liverpool's number one, especially going forwards. But solid keeper, man. Solid keeper. He is one of the best for me, man. One of the best. Like, if you had to make like a top 10, I'd put him in my top 10. in terms of how consistent he is. Like to come in off the bench, like knowing you're not a starter, come in, but you just got to perform, and the level's got to remain high. I think he's done it like to a T. I don't remember him doing anything mad. Like the worst thing I probably can remember is because it's recency bias. Is yesterday where he went to like header the ball off the pitch and he didn't get it off the pitch, and then
Oh
Sheffield was at that.
yeah.
Apart from that, I don't remember him doing anything, and that's in his career. I don't remember any mistakes, like any mad mistakes like that, and that's testament to him now. And like good goalkeeper. Yeah, we'll see where the future lies for him. But yeah, top player, man.
Luge is asking, what you said, what, number 1 over Ali?
I'm saying he deserved the opportunity to go, and if we're getting a keeper in, that's the role is all right, cool. Like he's gonna challenge Ali to be number 1. I think Kelleher deserved the chance to be challenged to challenge Ali, because ultimately he's never challenged Ali. It's just been his number 2 in it. No one's looked at him and said, "Oh, you know what? No, you know what? This season we're gonna try and go with Kelleher and see what he's saying and try to keep that competitive aspect of it." I'm not saying he's gonna be able to usurp Ali. I don't think Mamardashvili. I'm obviously I'm not saying Mamardashvili is gonna usurp Ali, but what I'm saying is the position at the club is completely different because he's come from the academy. So he's always looked at as a little boy. Whereas Mamardashvili coming in, the similar ages and stuff, or maybe he's a bit younger, but anyway, the stature of Mamardashvili is really bigger. He's coming in as a signing. He's not coming to be a £40 million goalkeeper on the bench. Liverpool never do that. Whereas Kelleher, you can afford to have him on the bench because he's for free, innit? And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying he deserves the chance to be a first, to have the chance of being the first team goalkeeper for Liverpool. Whether that works out or not is a completely different question. But I think he deserves the chance to stake a claim.
No, yeah, it's funny, man. I said this yesterday about like, I think it was Ram when I was on the terrace. Yeah, Ram was talking about like, other teams obviously coming in for Kelleher, and obviously the way that Jerry's speaking about him and the way that everyone kind of speaks about him, and understandable. I'm not gonna argue with that, but it's like I always said, man. You could see, obviously, I don't know what's gonna happen next season, unless it's Ali is apparently gonna leave. I don't know. I really don't know. But at this moment in time, the way I look at it is, there's clearly whatever it is, Mamardashvili has something in his game. Whatever that is, I don't know what it is at this moment in time. I haven't seen him play for Liverpool, as Jerry said. But whatever he's got in his game right now, it's what the club and Slot clearly feel is the direction they want to move in. Kelleher doesn't seem to be that guy. For whatever reason, I do not know why. Or maybe Ali's leaving and it's Kelleher who's going to be number 1. Mamardashvili comes in and these two have got a battle. I have no idea. We'd have to just wait and see. But this whole time, as you said, like Kelleher has not really been given the opportunity to be like, nah, you know what, you go, you stay and go. Like every time Ali's been injured and then he comes back, he comes straight back in. It's never been like Kelleher's doing calm, just keep him in goal. And then we'll see. Obviously, if he starts to, the performances start to dip, then of course you've got Ali there anyway to just, bring back in. But Ali should still have to fight back for his position if Kelleher has been performing well. But unfortunately, they've never seen it that way.
And that's exactly that's my point. Is it's never been a situation where, like in every other position, yeah, maybe not like a Virgil, but we never had a left-sided centre back like that. But every other position, maybe Salah as well, but we don't have a right winger. It's like if Gakpo plays well, there's an argument to have. Oh, does Gakpo start in it? Like if Jones plays well after obviously the performance against Chelsea, our argument was, well, does he start the next game? That's the discussions we're having. It's never been like that with Kelleher. But if you think about it, Kelleher's probably been the best, like pound for pound, in terms of like how well he's performed consistently, like big saves in cups, kept us in games. Like he's been quality in it. Like he's been quality, like on the ball, he's quality as well. So it's like, I'm trying to think of, like you said, what has Mamardashvili got apart from like presence, maybe like size, just sheer size.
Yeah, he looks like a big unit, bro.
Yeah, that Kelleher doesn't have, because he's better than Kelleher on the ball. Shot stopping Kelleher's good. He don't make mistakes. He's a very like composed head as well. He's not one of them ones that's like shouting and going mad like a Buffon and that. He's just calm. Like, why is this guy not given a chance? And maybe, as you said, maybe it's a situation where they know Alisson's going to be leaving, right? They think Alisson's going to be leaving. Maybe he said to them, look, this is my last rodeo with you guys. And they're like, cool, if we get Mamardashvili and have Kelleher there, then they can compete. And maybe that's why Kelleher's still at the club.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they didn't cash in on him this summer, because they're like, look, you're still going to be at the club, but you're going to get the chance to fight for a #1 spot with Mama. That's really a la Raya and Ramsdale, that type of thing. If he gets that chance, then I'm happy with that. But I'm just saying, it's a bit sad, man. Like, what else can Kelleher do to break into the team? Like, I don't know what else he can do in it.
No, it's true. Honestly, it's true. Like, and I think he's spoken about it at the beginning of the season anyway. He's spoken about it before as well. But he's spoken about, like, bro, like, at some point I need to be playing first team football. Man, he's 20. I just checked it now. He's 25 years of age, and he's still a second goalkeeper. He isn't playing enough games that, you know, he's satisfied with. And remember, these games are only coming because Ali is injured. If Ali was not injured, we would not be seeing, you know, Kelleher at this moment in time. So he knows, it's like, context will tell you, yeah, I'm playing all of these games. I'm not playing them because I deserve to play. I'm playing them because Ali's injured and there's no other goalkeeper to actually play, you know, and he doesn't want to feel like that. And rightly so, like, every professional shouldn't feel, you know what I mean, like a second string. I don't care. Even every second goalkeeper still wants to be a first choice goalkeeper. You just start to understand context with the clubs that you're at and the goalkeeper who's in front of you, like, you know, Lunin and Courtois. Lunin knows that, right, well, when Courtois is available, I'm not going to play necessarily. Like, you're going to understand these kind of things.
Exactly. And at the same time as well, it's like, it's like, it's not like he deserves, like, again, it's like he himself will feel like, I deserve to stay in. Imagine, like, for a goalkeeper, right? For a goalkeeper, like his performance yesterday, you could argue, if you were to, like, compare it, it's like if Gakpo came or Nunes came on, right? Jota was benched, Nunes came on and got, like, a goal and, like, 2 assists, or got a goal and an assist, right? In terms of the points that he earned because of the saves Kelleher had to make, and how well he played when he was called upon. If Nunes scored that and then he's like, nah, but my man's fit now, so you're back on the bench. He's like, hold on. So no matter what I do, doesn't matter if I'm outperforming my man, I'm still, like, in certain situations, I'm still not gonna get a chance. I'm never gonna get a sniff. It's like there's no other player in the team, right, that's looked at currently, right, that's like, oh yeah, he's just second fiddle, you know, like, it is what it is. Like, even Tsimikas, bruv, he performs well, and or Robertson plays a bit iffy, Tsimikas comes in, and it's like, Tsimikas is an argument that he can start. There's never that argument with Kelleher, you know, ever. He must feel like a waste, man. You know, like that.
I said it was like a... I would have thought say waste man in time, man. I don't know why that word is it. That word sometimes when certain people say it, but it hits like the nerve. Like, I'm like, bro, what do you mean waste man? It's a bit bad. But then the other thing is we have valued Kells way more than the market, so we think he's good, but others don't seem to share that view. Yeah, but I would understand he's a second choice goalkeeper. Like, I wouldn't view a second choice goalkeeper that highly anyway. Kind of, and you also you're trying to nick him on the cheap. Maybe they do think he's good, but think, you know what, maybe we can, you know what I mean, we can get him on a bit of a cheap because Liverpool might be, like, calm with letting him go, and, you know, etc. But it is what it is, man. Honestly, no disrespect to Verbruggen, I rate him, but Kelleher would be great for Brighton. Maybe Verbruggen is fantastic for Brighton though, so yeah, maybe he would though. I can't really say edgeways, but Verbruggen for me is better in possession than Kelleher actually is. So yeah, I guess it would just have to be. But
the thing is that even that is mad though. Like, you're again, we're even having the fact that, right, he plays like a third of the minutes that, like, a Verbruggen or whoever plays, and we're having an open conversation where like it's not outlandish to say that he could do well for Brighton, or he could play for Spurs,
I'm definitely not saying that.
He could be there instead of Vicario. Like, it'll be calm. You could easily say that, and that's testament to how good he is. Because any other player, if they didn't play minutes, we wouldn't be having this conversation, innit? Like, you just wouldn't. Like, we don't sit there and think, yeah, you know what, you see whoever, Endo, he's better than Bissouma or whatever, innit? Even if you thought that, you don't play enough games for you to say that. Like, he just doesn't, innit? Like, whereas my man's playing a third of the game till we're having these conversations. I think he's that good. I think he could easily, like, you know, if Alisson left today and he had Kelleher in goal, I'm not panicking like that. And that's how good I think he is. I'm not like, oh my god, we lost Alisson. Like, I'm just like, well, calm. Like, cool. Like, Alisson's extremely good. You never want to let go of a player like that. But I'm not worried about who's coming in. I'm not worried about now what goalkeeper are we going to get? We're effed. You know, like with Salah or Virgil, if they go, you're in a bit of a sticky situation. You're like, where do we go next? Like, Kelleher, when he comes and even goes into the thing, no one sits there like, oh, we got Kelleher in goal. The same way we said Adrian's in goal, or the same way Chelsea are like, rah, Sanchez is in goal. Like, rah, like we don't have that feeling at all. And yeah man, baller,
No,
man.
no, I don't disagree. Steve's saying here though, he's saying difference between Mamardashvili and Keller is, in his opinion, he feels Mamardashvili is on the way to becoming a top 5 goalkeeper in the world. In his opinion, Keller at his best isn't a top 5 goalkeeper in the world. Like I say, man, there's obviously something. Like, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not even gonna disagree with that because I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I don't know
exactly.
how good a Mamardashvili is gonna be. I like him. I think he's a good goalkeeper. Yeah, we could go watch my video when I've spoken about, you know, him in terms of what he brings to the team and stuff like that. But yeah, like Jerry said, we just wouldn't even know until we actually see, you know, Keller, you know, in these kind of situations. But, you know, I guess it's just one of those, it is what it is. Let's quickly put that up. Yeah, we'll quickly get back to the ratings in a second. Let me just quickly run through this. Goalkeeper's a different situation though at Feyenoord. Don't know how to pronounce it, but Bilal was injured a lot. But even if his backup performed, Bilal still played. Disagree. Kells knows he is at a massive club. Fairs, yeah, Fairs. I mean, this might be the biggest club he ever plays for in his career, potentially. But career club, like, you know what I mean? At some point, you're gonna need to make that. He's probably made that decision in his head. In my opinion, I think he would just drop down like a level of team if it meant he could play more games. I don't think he sees it as, oh, I can't go to Nottingham Forest, or I can't go to like a Brentford or whatever. I don't think he sees it that way. I think it's just more the club have kind of priced him out.
Do you what's mad as well? Like, it's a funny situation when people say, oh, he knows he's at a big club. Of course he does, isn't it? And he knows he's been there since he was a youth. But like, if all it takes, right, is for him to have a good season, decent season even, like at a lower club level. And where did Raya end up? Raya never thought he'd play for Arsenal. Now man, just #1 for Arsenal. You go and look at Gallagher. You go and look at Conor Gallagher now. Conor Gallagher's winning player of the matches at Atletico Madrid. He was at Chelsea, told you weren't good enough, and that he's at a club now. I mean, you could argue what club's bigger, Atletico Madrid or Chelsea. Like, there's an argument to have, like, in terms of what club is historically bigger. Like, all it takes for Kelleher is to have one good season where he plays consistently, even if that was for Liverpool or someone else, and he could be right back. That football's like that, and he could be right back at the top. And it could be someone that you never even think of. It could be Hansi Flick just looking like, you know what, we're gonna grab him, or Neuer's gonna retire. Ain't not Bayern Munich gonna snap him up. Do you know what I mean? It could be as easy as that, and straight away you're looking at it thinking, rah, that man's a goalkeeper at Bayern Munich, as an example. No one thought Painho, when he went from Portugal to Fulham, he weren't thinking then, oh yeah, I'm going to be at Bayern Munich in a couple seasons.
Yeah.
He weren't thinking that. My man's there now. I mean, Kim Sung-Jung or whatever, when he went from wherever to Napoli, he didn't think, yeah, I'll be at Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? He was like, nah, Napoli's a big club. Bruv, like, do you know what I mean? You never know. So, yeah, big up to him anyway, man. Big up to him.
Nah, man, big up to him, man. All right, let's get back to the ratings. Next player is Trent Alexander-Arnold. How do you think he played? I know you spoke about him a little bit in the beginning, but how do you think he played, bro?
Trent can't defend, you know. Trent can't defend, you know. For me, no, I'm going to give him an 8, purely based on the fact, that it's how solid defensively he's looking now. Like, the defenders aren't getting past him. He's recovering well. I'm seeing him sprinting back to cover Lois Openda. When Lois Openda's chasing him down, he still kind of comes out with the ball. It's not like he gives the ball up. Defensively, he's extremely solid. We know how good he is going forwards, but, you know, sometimes, like we've said before, is that certain games require a different style from you, innit? Sometimes you just need to be like, cool, like, attacking wise, it's not going to be that game for me today. But cool, defensively we're going to be solid though, and he's proving that he can switch on defensively, innit? And I don't think people are talking about it enough. Like, and maybe amongst fans we are, but I don't think it's talked about, like, amongst your Gary Nevilles and your Carragers that are actually saying, bruv, like, we were saying you can't defend. You can defend. A couple of weeks ago, Roy Keane was saying, Trent is horrible defensively. I'm seeing a completely different side of Trent, innit? And for me, I give him like a 7.58 for me, because I think defensively he was solid, and it could have been in the game easily that he got cooked up by Openda or Sheshko or whoever was on that side. Javi Simmons was running at him in that 60th minute, and I think he won the ball back cleanly as well. Like, he was like, nope, stamped his authority. So yeah, shout out to Trent on that one. Yeah, 7.58 for me.
I had him at a 7, so we'll go. If you're saying 8, I'll put him at right in the middle. It's funny. It's funny because obviously I see everyone here, and he's saying 7 was good defensive, but kept giving the ball back to Leipzig. Yep. Trent 7.5, a lot of misplaced passes. Trent LK saying 5, he was poor on the ball. Angel saying 6 for Trent. Capital saying Trent was okay, but gave away a few loose passes, so 6.5. Yo, man, I'm not being kind to Trent, man.
No, but this is what I'm saying. But hold on, right? But hold on. This the argument with Trent that everyone used to tell me is like, oh, he's a right back. He's got to defend first. That's his main responsibility. He's doing his main responsibility. And man, I'm talking about, oh yeah, but you know, going forwards, you weren't great. You can't have it, but all your own way in it. Like man's defending, man don't like it. Do you know what I mean? Man wanted him to be like a Gary Neville. Man didn't like it. When he's man don't like it. But when he was attacking, you didn't like it either. Like, bruv, like, do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a weird.
You know what it is, yeah? It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Because you see me, yeah. Listen, I'm a bit old school in that, like, and it's probably not even a good thing. But I don't always believe in propping, and this isn't just for Trent, by the way. This is like for strikers too, mainly really strikers actually. But in terms of Trent, yeah, I don't really look at if you do what I believe to be your main primary role. If you're doing it, obviously, unless you're doing it to like some Maldini level, I'm not really going to prop it up, so to speak. It is going to be highlighted more when you're not doing it as opposed to when you are doing it, because the reality is if you do play right back, if you do play midfield, if you do play up front, if a striker wasn't scoring goals and then all of a sudden now, or wasn't scoring enough goals like Nunes, and then he's finally scoring goals, the reality is, of course, you're going to criticize because you're not doing your primary job. If you now start doing that primary job, it's not even about, yes, you can praise, obviously, you know, individual games, but I don't think you would then be like, I'm going to talk about this there because I'm like, well, you're just doing what I expected you to do. So you're not a child. Like, ultimately, you're doing what you were supposed to be doing in the first place. And I'm not saying, but I feel like that's kind of the case with Trent, is that, yes, you're right. People are not talking about it enough and they're not praising him, you know, so to speak, enough. And I totally get why some people would be a little bit miffed about that. But then on the flip side, I can also see why certain people will look at it and be like, well, he's doing what he's supposed to do, so well done. No, but you're doing it now. I don't know.
100%. No, 100%. But then you can't go and criticize because obviously, like, football's like that, innit? If like Virgil, if for example let's look at his keepers as an example. If the keeper's taking mad shots all game and he's making bare saves, he has to do a lot in it, so he's doing his job. But of course, he's doing it more. Yeah. But if he's not getting shots on goal, right, then there's nothing for him to do. And what I'm saying is, certain games might require him, bruv. I'm not going to be in positions where I can go and get 10 assists a game, and obviously that he never does that. But in terms of being some mad attacking output, because when you're doing that, you sacrifice the defensive side of the game. It's like if Salah's mad always running off the shoulder, I can't expect him to be covering in. Like, the only reason why defensively even he looks a bit solid, even Salah and stuff, because he's not making runs in behind fullbacks all the time, especially when there's a low block. He's deeper. Whereas you can't expect him to defend. You can't expect Trent to be amazing going forward and then be solid defensively, because then he's not in them positions, if that makes sense. Like, especially the way Trent plays. So that's what I'm thinking about. It's more he's doing the basics, cool, and that's why we gave him a 7. But I'm saying when people saying 5 or he was all right, it's like, what do you want him to do? Do you want him to be the Trent that's getting the goals and the assists, or do you want the defensive Trent? Because when people didn't like him defending, that was your gripe with it, which is fair. Again, people can have their own expectations of what a player's supposed to do. But when he does it now, and we're not conceding goals and we're getting clean sheets, and like, again, on the weekend against Chelsea, nothing went down his side and he dealt with the 2 fullbacks. Yeah, he didn't go forward, he didn't assist, he didn't create a shot, he didn't do whatever, but he was solid defensively, innit? So you have to kind of like highlight that all right, we're not really conceding goals down his side. And that used to be the case, innit? So when that changes, I think it still needs to be highlighted. That's my point more so than I get. him defending should just be a basic, same as that Nunes. Oh, you should be able to score your forward. You should be scoring goals. Obviously, if you're scoring goals to a certain level, we're gonna praise it. But if you're getting like a goal, I'm not like, yeah, Nunes now, wow, yeah, he's finally got a goal. It's like, yeah, you should have got a goal, bro. The amount of chances Liverpool create, you should have got a goal. But if now Nunes gets 2 goals in the game, gets 2 goals the next game, I'd be like, right, Nunes is on form right now. And I think people would praise Nunes, but they're not doing that with Trent because it's a defensive side of the game, and you can't see it statistically, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no. Bias. It's just the attacking bias that we know appears in football. Big up Max. He's saying he believes for Trent, he's been told to defend. He wants him to attack the old way. I don't want him to defend. I think Slot is ruining his game. Watching LFC without Trent bombing forward is getting boring. Hey, that's fair, man. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it.
That's fair, yeah. That's fair.
I'm not here to argue with anything. Look. Ultimately, Liverpool are winning games and they're not really conceding. So I'm with you because you see that comment right. This comment right here, yeah. Big up Max, by the way, every time. You see this, yeah. This is the almost the stranglehold I had, or the struggle, should I say, I had with Klopp. I didn't like his football. I didn't like the way that we played. Like, it used to piss me off. But we're winning. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can be angry about it, and obviously I've got my own personal preference, just like you do, Max, and you have every right to do so. And I did enjoy, Trent, in that kind of period of time as well, because obviously we got to see that side of him, right? But when you're winning, it's hard, bro. I promise you, you're gonna have a tough time if Liverpool don't concede goals. You're gonna just eventually. I had to just deal with it. Listen, I don't like the football. I don't really like the way Klopp plays, but we're winning games though. We're going on 18 games. We haven't lost the game. Like I can only. Then it just becomes about that's just my personal preference now. It's just personal preference. That's all it's coming down to. And really and truly, it can't really outweigh what I'm actually seeing, which is the team's winning though. So you know what I mean? Do you not like winning? Like that's the beef I was having, by the way, with myself. that was the struggle, the fight I was always having was like, guys, like I don't like this football. But listen, like I said, man, everyone can run your rhythm.
And to be fair as well, G, he's got a point, Max. Like he's got a point to a certain extent because ultimately, and it goes back to what I'm saying. Ultimately, if you want him to defend and be more defensively sound, he's not going to be as good going forward. Like, it's the reason why Gary Neville was really good defensively is because he speaks about it all the time. Brother, when I made runs forward, it was just to go and give an option. I was never getting the ball though, so he could focus solely on just being in defense. He was tucked in right next to Rio or right next to whoever was playing at the back. That's what Trent's having to do a bit more so right now. Hence, he's being better defensively, but it's going to affect his attacking game. Because guess what? When he goes to England and he's given that freedom to do whatever he wants and pop up wherever he wants, he's winning man of the match performances. So he's still got that ability in him, but you're asking him to defend. So that's why I go back to saying fans can't have an issue with it when you're complaining about his defensive side of the game because he's doing it now. But of course, it's going to take a hit. And guess what? This might even be the precursor as to why. A Slot might, but a Trent might look at it and be like, bruv, I see what I can do when I'm on the ball. I can be that impactful. I might want to go to a team, you know what I mean? Maybe in Spain somewhere. Maybe they wear a white jersey that allows me to be a bit more gung-ho going forwards. Maybe. You know what I mean? You never know. But yeah, let's move on, man. Big up to Trent. Shout out to Trent.
I try to drop it and leave. Try to throw the grenade and just bounce, boy. Big up Marian, by the way, man. Much love. Luigi saying he's too used to turning, seeing the run and pinging the ball. Those aren't options for him anymore. Yeah, I can hear that. Gerard, Max saying, Gerard, please don't play rough anymore. Be a pussy. It's the same thing. Gerard, please don't play rough anymore. Be a pussy. It's the same thing. Man, need to explain that one. I'm a bit baffed. Giving the ball away with poor passes has nothing to do with him going forward or defending. It's just a lack of concentration and poor. You know what? Let me just see what his passing accuracy actually was. I've not checked any stats, so I don't know. All right, so his passing accuracy was he got 34 out of 46, which equals 74%. That was his passing accuracy. 3 out of 9 successful long balls, which puts him at 33. 1 successful dribble, no accurate crosses. He was dispossessed once. He won 1 tackle, 6 recoveries. He was dribble passed once. Interceptions. Duels, he won 3 out of 5. Ground duels, by the way. Yeah, I think the 7.5. I feel like, yeah, I think so. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I say 7.5 is fine. Yeah.
Kanate. Ibu.
It's a weird one, man. It's a weird one.
Looks like Jerry's gone under a tunnel or something, man. He's just cut out for a sec. But yeah, Ibu. I think that Ibu was calm. Yeah, I think it was a calm game from Ibu. I think it was a very, very calm game. Nothing over the top, nothing too crazy. Yeah. I didn't really. Ibu wasn't really someone I noticed like that in the game. If I'm being super honest with you, I know Openda was obviously trying to almost play on his shoulder at times. So yeah, Ibu. Yeah, Ibu. I'll probably give like a 7 for an Ibu. If I'm being super honest. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I was just trying to look at his stats as well. He only won 1 out of 3 ground duels. His aerial duels only won 2 out of 4. 4 interceptions, 4 recoveries, 1 out of 1 tackles, 2 out of 3 accurate long balls. Passing accuracy was 90%, 52 out of 58. Yeah, I'll put it at 7. I feel like Ibu was more of a 7 than anything else. Let's put that up. They are, God's sake. Let's put this there. Let me know what you guys think in regards to Ibu. And he's saying, "Oh no, don't like Slot holding my boy back." Oh no, I hear it. No, I hear it. Like I said, you got every right, bro. Listen, everyone's got a right, man. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like it is what it is, man. He just forces. Yeah. He just forces passes a lot. I think it's decision making. Is
that Kanate?
Yeah, Kanate.
Yeah.
What would you give him?
Yeah,
I gave him a 7. I put my
I think I was gonna give him like a 7, maybe a 7.5. Because I said there was a couple times like, do you know what I mean, he read the play really well. Like he made a like, I know it's a bit mad, but in the first instance he jumped at Openda and didn't give him any time. And although it was a foul, it was one of them ones where he's like, yeah, I like it because he puts a marker down. Like Openda's not gonna be able to just run around like that. And I think it was good to set a precedent. Then there was a time where he like won a header and I thought it was gonna go over his head, but he kind of just got a touch on it and he done really well. I think even Virgil clapped him. But then he's got that rawness about him, and you know when the team's so patient and reserved and everyone's calm, and you got Virgil that's naturally calm, and you got Slot that's calm, and you got Trent that's calm, and you got Simicast that's a bit calm. When you got that guy and even Kelleher's calm in the back at the back, and then you got Gravenberch that's all calm, and you got this one brother that's just a bit like gets a bit too excited defensively sometimes.
You don't get too excited, bro. Like
it just you know, everyone's chilled, everyone's just, you know what I mean, everyone's on their AMI or whatever, just relaxing, some more so than others, a la Simicast. But then you got Konate that's on the other, he's on gear, innit? He's on something else. And it's like, whoa, like he sticks out a bit more when he does that, because it's like, you can see he's like that, and he's just a bit all aggressive. And when the team's trying to be a bit more composed when we're defending, like not jumping in, not diving in, do you know what I mean? Forcing them to take long shots and all of that. It sticks out, and he's just a bit raw. And we spoke about the Bozo moments already. He just has that in him, innit? And it's always lingering. It's just, when does it come out? It's like, when does, it's like Hulk. It's like Hulk. You already know he's infected. You just don't know when it's going to come out, innit? It might be a trigger. It might be, do you know what I mean, a bad pass. You just don't know, man. You just don't know with him. So, yeah, I think 7's calm. I think he's solid as always. Clean sheets. You can't knock him. Just a bit raw, man.
Nah, but I keep telling everyone's, listen, I think if he was a calm defender as well, yeah, but I don't care what, no one can convince me that this brother does not have a bozo gene. I don't care what people want to tell me. Yes, you could say everything under the sun. He's improved on the ball, he's passing, but he has all of that, and he has the attributes and the quality to become a very top defender. But you cannot convince me that this guy has bozo genes. He has it. He was one of the first. He was one of the first.
Listen, you can go to modern day. You can go and look at Dayo Upamecano. You can look at Konate. You can even chuck a Kolo Toure in there. They've all got that gene in them, man. And Kolo Toure is probably the best example. We've
When he
got the
said Kolo
Kolo
Toure
Toure that
yesterday, I
was.
was busted up, bro.
We've got the Kolo Toure that's at Arsenal, maybe even the City one. He's maturing. We don't
Yeah,
want the
yeah.
Liverpool Colo. We
No,
don't want
no,
the
no,
Liverpool.
no,
Because
no, no,
once
no.
once the pace and power goes, I don't know what kind of centre back we're getting. It's no Desai. I'm telling you, it's not that type of centre back. It's the Kolo Toure one, the one that's scoring own goals. That's looking lost. You know what I
No,
mean?
Kolo Toure was absolutely trash at Liverpool. Oh my god. I thought, yeah, you see when we signed Kolo Toure, yeah, at the time, or when we got him, should I say, sorry. I thought, oh, you know what? Like, if we can just get a little, obviously I knew obviously he's older, so I'm not gonna expect the City Kolo Toure, of course not. But I just thought if we can get a little bit of what, obviously he's been at City, second half of his kind of career. If we can just get a little bit of that, like how we got like a James Milner, kind of thing where yes, he's not at his Villa or Newcastle days, but he's got the every now and again performances where you're like, oh, yo, that's rolling back the years, him playing for Leeds United back in the day. Bro, we got the Kolo Toure that is just, oh my God, bro.
Bruv, he definitely lied about his age, man. Man was 50. Man was at 45 playing with 20-year-olds. Yeah, how peak it looked.
Bro,
Bruv, he had no pace. The passing was dead. You know, all that, oh, look, he improved with passing under Pellegrini. Trash, man, did it improve under Mancini, bruv. That was gone out the window. None of that Wenger ball, that had gone as well. It was just an African at the back, brother.
yeah, it was
just an
literally,
uncle
it
at
was
the
just,
back.
just
It was
an
just an
uncle.
uncle, just one of the uncles at the back, man. And he's just, I've never seen anything like it. Their own goals, he was scoring, the mistakes, the hands on his head. Honestly, Konate
Oh,
like a
that
wheelchair. Yeah.
Yo! Nah, Toure was he was comedy. Ludi said, "Hold up, don't compare." No. I'm not comparing the two. If you got for like this is how I describe it, right? If you got a bozo gene, you've got it. You can't compare a bozo. I don't compare the bozo gene. You just got the bozo gene. In some people, like Upamecano, it flares up a bit more. So hay fever season for some people, they can kind of withstand it. Some people, bro, the second it gets
It
like,
flares up,
bro, like like for Upamecano, like it just, bro, that thing is year round. Like it's just a year round thing. You have to keep taking tablets and stuff like that. With Konate, obviously he's kind of calmer. It only flares up in certain weathers, in certain situations, but he's got it. He's 100% got it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, man, that's all I mean, Luja. I'm not saying, of course, I can't compare the two bozo thing because, bro, Upa's one has been, bro, his thing has been mad sometimes. Like, where I'm like, bro, are you even a centre back? But I actually think Upamecano is actually good though. That's the maddest thing. I actually think he's a good centre back. But he has the bozo gene and it flares up too much.
Man's on bozo dialysis, like that. He just plugged in, bro. After a
Bro,
game,
when certain man get certain man get like I don't get hay fever in it, but when certain people get hay fever, bro, their eyes are puffy, they're red, like bro, you think like, yo, you got some crazy disease going on over here. That's Upamecano. Whereas with Ibu, it's not like that. Like I said, his tablets is working, but they do flare up. Sometimes it's a bit too strong, the weather's a bit too peak, and that it's just one of those, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, let's move on. Virgil, El Capitan. You telling me, bro?
8 for me. 8, like, it's just, do you know what it is? It's got to the point where it's just too easy for him, like that.
Yeah.
Like it just,
100%.
it's just too easy. It's like if I'm playing with players I ain't played in it football in 8, like I don't play. It just becomes too easy. Like the ball's coming, it's in behind in the air, and man's not clearing the ball. Man's doing a flick and spinning, like doing a little spinneroonie flick into space because he knows Tsimikas are going to collect it. Yeah, like this is just silly at this point. Like the ball's in the air, the ball's over the top. He's not going to clear it. He's not going to smash it out, which I would expect him to do. Man's doing a flick round over the top of his shoulder, like he's doing some skill. And he's like, yeah, go on, take that. Like it's just a joke at this point. And the fact he's doing it at his age, where people thought that you'd expect a decline and stuff, we're not seeing a decline with him. Like like he's not relying on pace. He's not relying on like that. All he needs is just can I just maintain that? I don't need to be running around like Konate, but can I just maintain for 10 yards? Can I just have that burst of pace when it's needed? If not, and we're going to stay in and we're going to be in compact. He's obviously unreal, bro. Like from a centre back's perspective, he is the perfect centre back. Perfect. Perfect.
No,
And
it's true.
he's got that leadership about him now where I'm seeing him getting onto people. He's cheering people up. He's telling people to hurry up on the ball. Like, he's just everything about him, man. Everything about him is just top draw, man. And any young centre back watching, you should be trying to study Van Dijk as much as possible and apply those to your game. It's the best example you can have in today's world, man.
Sorry, guys. I'm just watching. I just saw Gyökeres's goal. Yeah, they just Champions League, like the page just showed it. Yeah, I could see it pop up on Twitter. Bro, I just saw the goal. Yeah, the goal was calm. Like that wasn't even the part. It was the part before, bro. The centre back, he did a step over and then passed it down the line with the outside of his boot to the path of fucking Gyökeres. I said, what? Who is that centre back? Like, first and foremost, I need to go check that out, man. But yeah, it was mad. It was mad. Anyways, as I agree with Jerry in regards to Van Dijk. Like I said, and I said it before at the beginning of the season, Van Dijk, when it comes to Van Dijk ratings, for me, it's like goalkeeper ratings. I don't know how to rate it anymore. Like, do I rate it on what you are doing? Because it's like you're not even doing bare things. Like, he's not doing bare stuff in a game. He's not like, yeah, he's getting 15 out of 15 tackles and he's got 20, no, he's not even doing that, bro. Like, he's just being super calm in what he's doing. And as Jerry said, and listen, I thought that maybe it would kick into gear, but we're not even seeing a decline. Like, I'm almost seeing like slightly, I don't know, would I say he's gone not better than obviously when he hit his prime, but is he reaching like a next level? Or maybe because he was poor, maybe, or not so great in one season. I don't know, but it's weird with Van Dijk at the moment. Like, this guy is showing everybody, but I'm still the best centre back in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like I said before, what did I say at the beginning of the stream, guys? You see, when we talk about Chelsea and all these other teams, you're not on my level. I respect you, but you're not on my level. That's how I feel like Van Dijk is. Like, he's on the next level. He respects the other guys, the Salibas, the Diaz's, Gabriels, all of these kind of defenders, but they're not on his level. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They're looking up to him, to try and, become better players, man. But Tsimikas, what do you think about Tsimikas' performance?
Very good, man. Like, when you compare it to what Robertson was doing, defensively, he was good. He closed down the spaces good. And then his delivery, like, he was able to do that, but obviously then go and get forward as well. The set pieces, he should add a couple assists. The Virgil save, a really good save. Before that was the Nunes one. Yeah, good, man. Good. Like, again, he's one that you probably look at and maybe Slot goes and looks to experience for Robertson, but there's the conversation: does he start against Arsenal? Isn't it? That's the conversation to have. I think he was really, really good. And yeah, kudos to him, man. Like, I think he's thriving in his position as well. Yeah, good on him, man. Good on him.
What would you give him as a rating?
I give him an 8. I give him an 8 probably.
Yeah, I had a 7.5.
Maybe 8. Yeah, I mean, he won man of the match, innit? So he must have done something. He must have done something.
That was I can't lie though. I didn't agree with that. I didn't think he put in a man of the match performance at all. I don't think he was that good in the game. Who would you have given man of the match to in that game? Keller had to be Keller. I felt like Keller's overall performance in the game was better. I felt like Tsimikas was good. I'm not saying he was poor, by the way, people, if anyone gets mad at me. I'm not saying he was poor. I thought he was calm. Moments of lapses of concentration at times, yes, which annoyed me with Tsimikas. On the ball, he was okay. Delivery was good. Yeah. For me, it wasn't a man of the match performance type of game for me. For me, but listen, if he won it for the Champions League, it's funny though. He won it for the Champions League, like the UEFA their thing, but Liverpool gave it to Keller. I found that kind of funny. Usually they give it to the same person, but they gave it to Keller, which was kind of interesting. LK saying 7.5. First 20 minutes very sloppy. I think the whole team was poor. In my opinion, I thought Liverpool poor first 15, 20, and then that's when they really went into it. Tsimikas 9.5. I hear it. LK saying Keller, my man of the match. What did I give him? 8. Yeah, I think 8's calm. Gravenberch. Seedorf. What do you think? What would you give him?
He's a 6 now.
Oh, Ruud Gullit.
Yeah, Ruud Gullit. No, yeah, Ruud Gullit's a 6 now. That's it. Like, I don't want to hear, yeah, he's an 8, but he's playing 6. He's a 10, but he's playing 6. So he's like this. Nah, he's a straight up 6. And he's a bad boy, man. He's a bad boy in there. Like, not even like he's now doing the Matic sliding challenges, blocking shots and that. Do you know what I mean? And he's getting on the ball. He's comfy. He's not rushing things. He's got confidence. Yeah, like big up to him, man. I didn't think he could do it. I didn't see that in him. I didn't see that kind of discipline in him. But yeah, he's doing really well, and he's one of the first names on the team sheet right now. I don't think
Yeah.
I think if he's fit, he's gonna play every single game.
Yeah.
No matter who, I think you could bring in Zubimendi. I don't even think Zubimendi's taking his place right now. I think that's how good he's performing. Top player. I mean, you can see the stats there.
What's that? 95% passing accuracy, passes into final third 10, accurate long balls 2 out of 2, tackle success rate 67, recovery 7, interceptions 3, clearance 1. He had a good midfield performance, man. In my opinion, I had him at 7.5. I thought he was honestly just gone.
Yeah, I think 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. I think he's getting into that. You know, when you're talking about like, oh, is he good? Is it just a couple of games? He's been so consistent right now. I don't think he's had a game under a 7. I'm gonna be deadly honest. I don't think he's had a game under a 7 this whole season.
I can't remember. I know I've given him a under a 7 for a game. I know that, but I just can't remember what game it was. Yeah, but I'm not going to disagree with you in terms of his actual consistency in the entirety of the season, 100%. And you're right, because at the beginning of the season, he was giving like 8s, 9s, and people giving him 10s and stuff like that. I always say this, yeah. I love it when a player just gives me consistent numbers. Like, give me a consistent 7.5, for example. Like, if we're giving a 7.5 now, for example, I'm good if he gets the next 10 matches like that. Because then I know it's not just, oh, he's just in form. Now I know, no, he's actually just this good. Like Van Dijk, for example.
Yeah,
like a Van Dijk.
Exactly. If he's giving me 7.5s, 7.5 every single game, it gets to a point where you start saying, right, is he starting to become world class? That's what it is for me. That's how I look at it.
Yeah,
the players that can perform at 7 out of 10 every single game are the ones that I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, of course you can have 9s in there and stuff like that, but if every game is always a 7, you're like, right, this but doesn't drop off. And that's what it is right now this season. The level's not dropping off. It's not good game. Well, it's all right. Like McAllister's had that. You know what I mean? Soboslai, he's had that. We've had even like a Salah. Like, do you know what I mean? Those times where, he was 9 and then he's a 5 and he's a 9 again, then he's a 7. These guys just been consistent. It's just been solid. So yeah, man, big up to him.
Listen, come the end of the season, listen, I would love come the end of the season. Look, you know me, I don't do one season, so I'm not gonna call him world class regardless. But he definitely will be one of those players that I look at and say, yo, next season, boy, if you continue like this, my brother, I have to throw you into that kind of
world class, that world class category, like
he's
performing at the level now. If he's doing that next season, you're like, yeah, he's in that bracket now. Like,
but you know what's mad, yeah? Sorry, go on.
No, go on. That was it. That was what I was gonna say.
No, I was just gonna say, you know what's mad? If next season he's, let's say, I don't know, let's say he puts in more like 8 out of 10s, for example, performances this season. Basically, let's say if he does like a Cole Palmer, right? Like last season, not in terms of goals, just in terms of where you see his performance level, right? Let's say Cole Palmer was giving you last season loads of 8 out of 10s, kind of just because he was scoring bare goals. No worries. This season, Cole Palmer, for me, to be considered world class, obviously continue that. If you can, then of course you'll be there. I don't need you to always have that though. I wouldn't mind if, say, a Cole Palmer would then, if he not even drop down, but he started to give you 7.5s, but on a more consistent basis, because then I can now throw you into the thing of, now you have to be world class because you've maintained the level. Like you've kept to this level in terms of you're not going below your 7.5s at all. And you are on top of, let's say your lowest score is 7.5, but you're still getting me the 9s, the 10s, the 8.5. You're still doing that throughout the season. It's just now you're not dropping below a 7.5. Whereas before, for example, like Gravenberch, I will give him, I remember last season, some of the ratings, I was giving him 4s, 5s. Do you know what I mean? Like just because coming in, not really doing well, but this, that, and the third, and whatever the case may be. Whereas now he's reached this, okay, this is my level. This is the lowest I'm going to give you. Let's, we only, we'll go from there. So
yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one with Gravenberch, though, isn't it? It's like, it's mad how, so many managers can misprofile you, and then you can be played in a position, and it looks like you've played there for 8. Because he looks like he's played there for ages. Like he looks like, like the stature and Matic, not Matic or you know, them type of like DMs, or like he looks like he's played there for years. He's got that stature about him. He's there. He's moving about. He's comfy on the ball. He's a bit more silky than Matip. But you know what I mean? It's like he's played there his whole career. He don't look like we've dashed him in there and he's just doing a job. He don't look like that. He looks like he's been there for time. And it's like, so why didn't anyone do this ages ago? Couldn't Tuchel do it? Because Tuchel's a good manager. Why couldn't he do that? Why couldn't Klopp do that? Why couldn't Klopp look at him and be like, right, you know what, let's play him there? Because like technically you look at it and you're like, yeah, man, I don't know. It's just weird. He just got misprofiled. But yeah, shout out to you, man.
But it's crazy though. He got misprofiled by. It's funny. He got misprofiled by 2 German coaches. The Dutch guy comes in and says, "No, this is your position." Hey, coincidences in life is hilarious. Let's move on, man. McAllister, Mc10. Obviously, he got the ball hit him where the sun doesn't shine. I know that feeling. I know that pain. It is not a nice pain. Big up. I can't remember who. No, who was it? Is it Naomi? Was it you? I think she said I saw a tweet the other day, yeah, and she was saying about getting hit in, you know, where the sun doesn't shine. I said, nah, you need to understand. You see when the ball hits you there, yeah. Oh my God, like you gasp for air. Like you actually feel like you can't breathe. Like it's like.
And the thing is, it's different. It's different as well, isn't it? Because you get the different ones. You get the ones that are just like the stinging ones that are just on the ones where it's like it's just cold and it hits and that hurts. There's ones where it don't actually connect with the actual goods, and there's the one that connects with the goods. There's all these different dynamics of it. You know what I mean? So they all hurt in different ways. It's peak,
bro. It's peak. It's peak. Listen, I'm telling you, females, you will never understand. Obviously, but like, yeah, that pain. It's different. It's different. I can't lie to you. It's different, man. But yeah, what would you give him? I had him down as like a 6.57. 6.57. He's becoming a bit more of it's funny, yeah. He's becoming more of a number 8 than our actual number 8 in terms of, and I mean just in terms of that mold of Gerrard and the way people see number 8s. But he's so all action. He's just everywhere, you know. He's trying to do this, you know. He picks up yellow cards near enough all the time. I'm surprised actually he's not getting a ban soon. But he's just getting this all action performance about him. Whereas last season, which obviously allude to what Jerry was saying about the Gravenberch thing, last season we weren't looking at McAllister like this. We would have hated we did hate, you know, having McAllister in positions where it's like, I don't want him tackling, I don't want him running around, like we need him further forward and blah 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 and this, that, and the third. Whereas this season, I feel like he's doing that job pretty well, and I felt like in the game as well. Yeah, I felt like it wasn't outstanding or anything, but he was doing the basics, if you want to say. He was doing that calm. So yeah, I'll give him. I'll be kind. I'll say a 7 for me anyway. I don't know what Jerry thinks if he's there with that.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably give him I'll give him like a 6.5 or 7. I think he's just calm, man. He's calm. He's obviously got ability. I don't know. I feel like he's someone that I feel like can dictate games a bit more in like a Jabi Alonso sense. You know, that's how I look at him. Like I look at him that good, like, or I think he's got that much ability on him. He should be the one that you're giving the ball, boom, spraying it away, getting it again, trying to dictate what's going on. But it seems to me like he doesn't do that. He's a bit more all action. I don't know if that's an instruction, whether he's like that. Maybe I'm misprofiling him. But
I just think it's slot though. I just think it's slot the way that he wants these certain players to kind of play. Like, I think it's just now that's maybe just what he's requiring of him at this moment in time. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Sorry, this comment is funny, man. You guys know those pregnancy contraction simulators. See, this is what I'm not comparing the two. Luge, I would never compare the two. Listen, I've seen my son's mum. I was there when, you know, I was there in the room when she was giving birth. I promise you, the look on her face told me everything I needed to know. It told me, okay, you see what, G? See that pain that they're going through? Yeah, you don't even want to feel an ounce of that pain. You don't even want to feel that kind of level of pain. So I know what you're like. I don't know, but I can empathize. I'm not comparing. I'm just saying the way that women discard the way that feels for men. Hey, listen, it's just peak, man. It's peak. It's peak. And he said he gave him Mac a 7. G said, "To be fair, I don't want to. That hurt me, and I don't have any things." So I'm saying It hurt you. You as soon as you saw it, yeah, it just looked like, hey, hey. It's like every guy did that kind of. They closed their legs real quick. These times, I'm not even there on the football pitch. Can you imagine? Like it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. But yeah, that's actually funny, man. Honestly, because yeah, I would never compare. Listen, I've seen it. It's long. Yeah, it's long. It's long. It's long. These times you got a human inside you. You know how crazy that is. Let's move on to Salah. Salah. I thought he was average in the game. I felt like he had moments where maybe he provided a little bit of threat, so to speak. But he was at what? He was only on the pitch, 63 minutes? I don't really feel like, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't feel like he put in that good of a performance, if I'm being totally honest with you. I felt like it was just average from Mohamed Salah. Couldn't really get into the game, so to speak, in my personal opinion. Yeah, I just felt like it was that type of game for him. I don't know what you guys think for Salah. Okay, saying 7. Gene saying 7 as well. Enny saying 6. Max is saying Salah was poor, 6. Yeah. Honcho, yeah. 6 as well. Jay, what do you think, man? I gave Salah like a 6. Yeah, 6. I'll give him a 6, but I don't know what you think for Salah.
I mean, gave him a 7 because in the moment that it mattered again, bruv, he put a header in and he assisted, or could have scored or assisted or whatever. So I give him a 7 for that. Maybe a 6, 6.5. I just think he's not, naturally he's not inclined to be a bit like, oh, keep the ball in this and we're going to be keep it simple. So when the game's like that, it takes away from his game a bit more. I think he's better when Liverpool are a bit more direct. And I think against Chelsea, when we're direct, you can see how effective he is because there's space. When there ain't space like that, he's not someone I look to go and like break down a defense or just keep it simple. He's not that type of player. So I think he suffers a bit. But look, when we go and caught them in a counter, he was there, he headed the ball and scored. So I'd probably give him 6.5. Yeah, 6.5.
Yeah, no, we'll go 6.5. We'll go 6.5. We'll talk about him in a sec. Gakpo. Yapinho.
6.5.
Our brother, our Ghanaian brother.
6.5 maybe.
I feel like he was okay.
He's basic,
like,
bro. I think he's basic,
yeah.
man. He's a very basic baller. Like, this run difference of cross. It's not like sometimes he floats it in back post. Sometimes he does X, Y, Z. It's just running straight lines, cut inside or go down the line and cross it. And he can be effective. He's a powerhouse. He's a big presence as a winger as well for a fullback. But I don't know. He's a bit boring to watch, innit? I'm just gonna say that he's a bit boring to watch for me. Anyway, G, I'm still here. I just need to unload some stuff from the van, innit? So
yeah, no, it's cool. I'm gonna just wrap up. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up these last 2 anyway, and then head up, bro. But yeah. For me, I'll give Gakpo 6.5. Felt like in the game, as Honcho said there, he had some decent shots. He did, rattling in it. But in terms of effectiveness, in terms of his effectiveness, don't really feel like that was really there. Don't feel like he was that much of a threat in the game, if I'm being totally honest with you. Outside those shots from outside of the box, but doesn't really show me that you're quite effective. Defensive work, he was doing quite a bit of that, to be fair. Got stuck in with the challenges and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll go 6.5, at best. All right, let's go on to the last 2 players. Jesus Christ. Guys, be kind, man. Be kind. Let's go to Zobo first. Zobo. I actually felt he was okay. I felt he was just okay, like a 6.5 type of performance. And for him right now, that's good because of the way that, I'm saying. But, no tackles in the game. He only won 3 out of 8 ground duels in the game. It's so, like, I know I keep saying this 100 times, yeah. I know I keep saying this. But you see with him, I feel like what he is doing isn't going to be measured by statistics. And that's exactly how I felt with the game yesterday. I don't feel like what he was actually doing in the game in terms of the pressing and stuff like that. Like he was pressing their team pretty well, forcing them to make mistakes at time, not kicking the ball out, but you know, the ball running out of play, and just it's those little things. I'm not saying that, by the way, that's going to equate to marking up your score. Just in terms of when you look at the stats, it just looks worse than it actually is, kind of thing. But again, there are basics that he still just isn't really doing too tough. I just feel like with Zobo, it's like I don't know how you fix it at this point. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know where we go, you know, with him. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Any saying 5, Honcho saying 5. He crossed a lot. He crossed a lot. Set up on 2s, 1-2s. He was our best attacker, man. Oh, he's about this about gap up. So Bozolai 6, Bozolai 5.5, mixed bad and good. Yeah, literally that. He had good moments. He had bad moments. I was like, I don't even know how to judge you. To be fair, he had some good link-up play in the middle. Him and Mac had a nice little passage. Yeah, that was really good. It's mad. If Mac scores that, all of a sudden, Zoba's got an assist. Now, man, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Little passage to play. Mac had a shot that was saved. I'll give him a 6. Created a T-shirt that says, I need to balance my masculine with my divine feminine, for those who said. Hey, big up G, man. I'm giving him a 6. I'll give him a 6. I think that's the lowest score, actually, which is still mad. Yeah, it's the lowest score. So yeah, that maybe befits his performance. Darwin Núñez got a goal. Performance in the first half, like I said at the beginning, I felt it was good. I did rate it. The off the ball work, I felt like he was really putting in the effort, intensity. But like I said, I just felt second half just kind of really waned a little bit. Just in terms of his own intensity. Still had a couple shots, but a couple efforts on target. I remember that header. I just keep remembering that header. I keep thinking, I'll put it on, but whatever. Keep a good save. I'm not gonna, you know, berate you for it. He was putting in a lot of effort. Maybe like a 7.5, maybe 7.5, maybe. I feel like, yeah, maybe that. I'll give him that. I would have given him a 7. I'll give him the 0.5 for the goal. I'll boost that up, because I did think that, you know, the reality is he was putting in a lot of effort. The effort didn't really amount to anything when you look at, obviously, in terms of stats, but the same thing was a Bozolai. The reality is what Núñez was doing was he was giving them something to think about, which is what I liked from him, especially in that first half. Was he was just being a pain in the ass, bro. Like, honestly, he was being such a pain in the ass that I could tell that these lot were just tired of seeing this guy. Yeah, I mean, tired. And you're right. You're right, Honcho. He should have had a penalty. He should have. I felt like it was a penalty. I don't know what they said about why they didn't give the penalty, but to me, that was a blatant penalty. So, you know, it is what it is. LK saying 7, and he's saying 7 as well. Darweezy 7 for Gene. Captain Sal saying 7 as well. You know, I'll bump it up. 7, I think, for the performance, but you get bumped up. You get 0.5. You get a 0.5 for a goal. 0.5 for a goal. So yeah, man of the match, like I said, for me, it was Keller all day, every damn day. Honestly, without him, I don't think Liverpool get the clean sheet. Win, we could still do that, but clean sheet, nah, it ain't happening. He was so vital in moments, you know, in that game that, yeah, I have to put him in there. But yeah, that's kind of it in terms of match ratings. So yeah, listen, look, professional performance from Liverpool. Sets us up good as well. Another game, another victory. The team, you can tell, are starting to get into this kind of mode of, you know, that winning feeling. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We're getting into that kind of vibe, into that kind of zone, which is always a good thing for any team. I don't care what anybody says at any point in time. Obviously, you don't want to get too far ahead. Hence why I like Slot quite a lot. I'm going to do a show talking about, maybe on Saturday, maybe Saturday morning before the 12:30 kickoff, whatever that is. Maybe I'll do a little show talking about Slot, you know, in terms of just how he's been and etc. etc. Tomorrow morning, though, I will be doing my preview for the Arsenal game. So make sure you guys obviously stay locked in. 10:30, whatever kind of time. We'll get that cracking as well, taking a look ahead to the weekend. I don't think Slot would have done his press conference or anything, but we can just rap about, you know, anything that we see, predicted lineups and all that kind of stuff. But in regards to today, listen, man, or last night, should I say, 3 out of 3 for Liverpool in the Champions League. Fantastic. Maximum points there. Only conceded 1 goal. can't really ask for more, man. Can't really ask for more. They need to allow the stands to hear what's being said between the ref and VAR. More transparency needed. Now, Gene, I agree. I agree, man. It's they do it in rugby. Is it rugby? I don't watch too much rugby, to be fair. So anybody, please correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm sure in rugby, they do that where you can hear the referee. And I want to say NFL, but again, I'm not sure if that's them speaking or not. But I know in rugby, you can hear it. You can hear clearly, you know, it's almost like you can hear them thinking over the decision that, you know, that's been made and etc. So yeah, I feel like, you know what, with these kind of things, yeah, it's as Gene's saying, it's just more about the transparency, because my thing with referees and stuff like that, it's not the fact that you're making certain decisions. It's then the fact that we're like, well, why did you make that decision? But then the other day you made that decision. That's what. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, the official announces it. NFL. Okay, fair enough. It's the fact that we don't know, how did you get to this conclusion? Listen, people are going to have to listen. We have to get over it in terms of once a referee makes a decision, they make a decision. But at least if we knew why you made that decision, it gives you some solace, like something where you can at least be like, okay, I can kind of maybe see your train of thought, because at the end of the day, you're the referee, you're the match official, you're in charge. If you see it that way, then you see it that way. But at least we know why you saw it that way. I don't know. It just sometimes, or referee needs to start coming out after games and they need to be interviewed. Like, then there needs to be something. There has to be something, because at this point, listen, I always say it, like me, I don't care about refereeing decisions because I play the game. So I know you can't really control it. Did you get what I'm trying to say? But sometimes I am like, bro, like, explain to me why you came to that decision. So at least I understand your train of thought. If I get your train of thought, I can't get onto you because I know how you think now. Oh, okay, he thinks that when you do this, this means that. Okay, fairs. All right, let me not do that then, because I don't want to give you that decision to make. Fair enough. But there's nothing. And that's why people keep getting vexed, i.e. tossing Jota last week versus Saliba and Evanilson. They're going to be mad. People are going to look at it and think, well, isn't it the same? I don't think it's the same, personally. I think both decisions were correct. I think Tosin deserved the yellow card. I don't think it was a red. And I think Saliba, you know, the same thing. I think he deserved to get that red card. But people were just more mad at, well, how can you get to that conclusion? Because they didn't really know. The referee ain't really coming out to tell you, like, this is why I came to that decision. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But guys, I'm going to end the show there. Big up to everybody in the building. As I said, I will have my preview tomorrow morning. So please, please, please. I think it's up there already. So please make sure you guys lock in. Let me know your thoughts, of course, ahead of the Arsenal game. I want to beat these guys. I cannot lie to you. I'm going to try and go to the game if I possibly can. So yeah, someone let me know if you've got tickets. That's not a crazy price. Please let me know. Big up Honcho. But yeah, big up to everybody in the building. Gene, Honesty, Angel, Luge, ENNY, who else has been in the building? LK, big up yourself. Captain Sal, big up your damn self. Marianne, big up your damn self. Who else has been in the building? Max, let's say Captain Sal already. Yeah, big up all of you, man. All of you. Sorry, the ones I've missed out. But big up to everybody. Danny in the building, Tofu in the building, Pops, of course. Yeah, man. Big up to all you guys, man. I love doing these shows in the morning, man. It's good vibes. It sets the tone for the day as well. And we can just enjoy it. Now, obviously, stay tuned. I'm pretty sure ENDZ has got some agenda. I think he's got a members show coming very soon, if not today, I think. So let's hear the agenda. We'll take it from there. But yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, man. And I'll catch you soon. Peace.